Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Les Waller here with Marine Helping Veterans. Also, YouTube channel Financial Independence Now. Today we're going to talk about writing for veterans. Can you write 2,000 words in a day? As I finished my previous post, it dawned on me that I had just written a little over 2,000 words in 2 days. And this was after finishing 2 8-hour work days. Why was I able to do that? Can you do that? In the military, it is not uncommon to have to write SOPs, or standard operating procedures, and TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures, so that anyone following in your footsteps can do the same job without missing any important requirements. We gain experience from writing while in the military. During my 20 years in the Marines, I also took evening classes to get my Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science. Well, part of getting that degree requires the students to write and do homework. More practice that we get as we are trying to better ourselves while in the military. In my last 3 years, I worked on getting a Master's in International Relations. I took and completed all 10 courses, which also required a lot of writing. However, I was scared of taking the comprehensive exam and never took it. The money was lost, but the experience writing remains. Finally, from about 2003 to 2008, I got involved in a Master's in Business Administration, or MBA, and this time worked all the way through from start to end. Again, a lot of writing was required, and this was done after hours because I had to maintain my full-time job as well. Does this mean that you have to have had my experience to be able to write 2,000 words in 2 days? No! As I've typed articles for MarineHelpingVeterans.com, I would think in my head and just type what I was thinking. How difficult can that be? That means that you too can do what I do in my articles on that website. Yes, you can. If you think you cannot, then I am going to devote the rest of this video to showing you the resources you can use to either become a better writer or that will allow you to earn money from your writing. Let's look at the resources that are available to you to become a better writer. If you have combat experience and would like to write about it, but don't know where to begin, then this website by Travis L. Martin, a former soldier, could be helpful to you. The course on his page is short and easy to follow, and it costs absolutely nothing. We're talking about here, writing a combat sequence. Once again, as in the previous video, I will have the link to my article on MarineHelpingVeterans.com in the description. And if you do click on any links in the description, it's possible that I may be able to earn a commission. Be that as it may, the articles that we're going to show you here on this video will be in my written article on MarineHelpingVeterans.com, rather than clutter up the description of this video. So writing a combat sequence here, you can see he's got some introduction, some learning goals, and he talks about his experiences, gives you assignments for you to do. Good stuff. So a good way to start writing by keeping your own journal. At the end of each day, you sit down and write about what happened during the day. You aren't limited to writing once a day or at any specific time of day. Anytime you feel like writing or expressing yourself, pull out the journal and write. Here's a great free resource on how to write a journal entry that does a much better job than I can of explaining it. It's a WikiHow, how to write a journal entry. If you're already writing in a journal, do you know how to use it for self-improvement and personal development? Here's a website that focuses on just that, and they have a freebie library that contains templates and other tools to help you with your writing. I have to warn you, though, that they are going to ask for a name and email address to gain access. This will allow them to add you to their email list for their newsletter. That's a journal for you. Far, we have looked at the average person who, through their experiences, can help us to write a journal. But what about well-known authors? What do they have to say on the subject of writing? Let's take a look at what Edgar Allan Poe has to say in the article. 7 tips from Edgar Allan Poe on how to write vivid stories and poems. Perhaps you have some writing under your belt like I did, so writing isn't such a mystery. That being said, though, you would like to improve upon it or take it to the next level. Let's look at some free resources that will help you do that, shall we? Here's a blog that covers several key topics on writing. Improve your writing, with fiction, nonfiction, writing for young readers, revision and grammar, conferences, residencies, and retreats, writing education, poetry, and script writing, writing inspiration, writing prompts, creativity and inspiration, the writing life, products for writers, author interviews, essays about writing, get published, the publishing industry, freelance writing, promoting your work, self-publishing, library journal spotlight, resources, new the writer's critique service, agents, authors marketplace, editing services, conferences, literary journals and magazines, publishers, self-publishers, writing groups, writing programs, and contest. Find a writing contest, guide to summer writing contest, guide to winter writing contest, past contest winners, add my contest, update my contest, and of course a blog. I think that this blog definitely deserves a look. And here you are looking. We also have the Writer's Digest. I love writing these types of articles to help others because I also learn so much from doing the research and finding the best resources for you to use. Here's a huge resource, Writer's Digest. Their blog has 7 main categories, and I started listing the subcategories, but you'll have to check them out for yourself. Just a wealth of knowledge to be found there under each category. So if we look under Write Better Fiction, we can see here. We look on the right hand side. Look how long this is. Oh my goodness, look at all this stuff. What a resource of information. Write Better Nonfiction. Now some of this is tied, Write Better Fiction and nonfiction. Some of it's generic and goes both ways. But I'm sure there's also stuff here that is different, whether it's nonfiction or fiction. It's a different style of writing. Write Better Poetry. Yes, here they have challenges. Daily challenges. There you go. If you're interested in writing poetry, what better way than to be challenged to write a topic? Get published. Here again, a lot of resources. Be inspired. And lastly, Writer's Digest competitions. Next up is a paid resource. It is the Writers Center, a nonprofit organization that wants to help writers through workshops, events, and creative collaboration. With COVID-19, all the workshops are now done online, and they have a calendar of events to make it easier to see what is available and when. Another huge resource for writers is Poets and Writers, also a nonprofit organization. I see they have a huge resource all in one place that includes listings of over 1,000 literary magazines, over 500 small presses, over 400 literary places, over 150 literacy agents, over 400 grants and awards, over 250 MFA programs, over 150 writers' retreats, over 50 review outlets, and a partridge in a pear tree. I could spend days looking at all the information that they have available. But we won't do that. If you would prefer authors as sources of direction or guidance, then may I suggest the book Stop Reading and Start Writing by Walter Mosley, or Stephen King on Writing. I'll put the links to those 2 books in the description below if you want to take a look at those. They can be found on Amazon.com. How does writing benefit you? Well, you could go to some businesses that hire writers part-time and pay you minimum wages for your work. Let me give you some examples where you could go out to offer your services. Blog writing jobs, ghost writing jobs, article writing jobs, technical writing, course writing, editing jobs, grant writing jobs, business plan writing jobs. So you get the picture. There are all sorts of writing jobs out there for you to write for someone else. But wait a minute. Why write for someone else when you can write for you? Just by writing 500 words a day, at this point, what I'm reading to you, which is the article I wrote, was 1,000 words long. You could easily build a website with a ton of quality content that would enable you to do that full time and have the freedom of setting your own hours and your own work conditions. No more dealing with traffic to get to and from work. No more, hey boss, can I take 2 weeks off in December? You get to be your own boss, and the best thing is that once you have built a business, it will work for you as you sleep. Your website is working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 12 months a year. If you want to earn more, then write more. If you're happy where you are, then go ahead and take a break. All those jobs above could become a job that you do for yourself. The best part is that I can show you how to do that so you can be dependent on yourself for getting the job done and reaping the rewards of your work today and in the future. If you write for someone else, you'll get paid for that writing job, and that's it. If you write for yourself, you will continue to earn from what you wrote well into the future. If you want to see how you can build your business now from the ground up and be responsible for your own success, go to my #1 recommendation in the description below, and I'll show you everything that is available there to help you get on the way to being your own boss. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know in the comments below, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We have more things to talk about. Right now as I'm typing this, oh ha ha ha. If you have combat experience and wow. If you have combat experience and wow. Let's take a look at some free resources that will help you out do it.